vacation time this time, so we can say hello to the people who are watching this a little bit later. Hello, team members that are checking in, and I'm going to mute everybody so that we have it quiet, but everybody on this team connection call is allowed to unmute themselves, jump in, join in. That's what this call is about. It's about connecting. We're one team in this. We really want to grow the entire United States. And people are calling in. We just listened to Art, and he's talking about things in the U.S., but we also want to have our team feeling connected and getting those questions answered too about building the business. So that's what this call is about, is just having that team feeling of getting connected. Now, I love that Art started with to say this is going to be a September to remember, because, looking at the growth and where things are going and what they've done to turn the U.S. and say, here, you got some great tools to run with. This is crazy. I mean, we saw it last month where the ZINZINO was talking about how much growth that they had, and to hear that any company could go from July last year to July this year and have 47% growth sounds unheard of, right? I mean, hardly any company would ever have that. But already this week, last Wednesday, we heard from Hilda on Wednesday that the company had already grown by Wednesday of 55%. and it wasn't even the end of the month yet. So I don't know where we ended up, but that just means that you can see the trajectory it's moving. ZINZINO is moving. The momentum is hitting. There's so many things going on. And there's one thing I know for sure. The one thing I know for sure is that this month, September 2019, is going to be the biggest, best month that ZINZINO'S ever had. Whether it's with the United States or out, but it will be the #1 month that ZINZINO has ever had. And to say that, usually if you look at all the years, we've been in 8 years. If you look at the growth, around August, September, October, November is always the boom. That's the season of ZINZINO. That's when everything is booming. And we know that it really gets to be booming then, So to say that they did the campaign again where we have the option to get 200% ECB in the month of September is, flat out crazy. I personally didn't think that they could do that. I don't think they would have the funds to be able to do that, but that they really are honestly doing 200%, that we can do it this month. And remember, it's retroactive. So from the start of the month, all that we have going on, and look at what they have going on in ZINZINO USA. We can put in customers, we can put in partners, there's all kinds of stuff going on. We have amazing titles that we can be hitting, amazing goals. Now, I actually have, just to share my screen, I'd like you to see these slides that Art was talking about. So here's the bank up ones of A team, pro team, and top team. Nobody else, no other country has get A team and go $500 extra. Nobody has that. We have that, and yet we still have 200% ECB. We can still be putting in more customers, more partners. And not only are we going to get 200% at the end of this month with retroactive effect, but we get paid extra for hitting an A team of 25 customers. Hitting pro team, we're going to get 2,500, or getting up to top team and getting 10,000. That's absolutely nuts. This is hands down absolutely crazy. So those are one of the bonuses. The other thing is the other rank up ones. This is from now until the end of the year. Hitting gold. If you've been gold and haven't hit gold for 3 months, $1,000. Executives, $2,000. Those are crazy. It doesn't take much to hit gold and executive. Everybody could do that. Everybody on this call could do that this month. If you wanted to do it and you put in the meetings for it, you could be gold, you could be executive. I don't care if you started today. I don't care if you started an hour ago. We could make a plan for you to hit those titles this month, if you're willing to do the work. Platinum is $4,000. Diamond, as Art said, is an extra $8,000, and that's above and beyond if you have that T balance of 750, which is a 350,000 or 3,500 also. So these bonuses are crazy. So then what is the plan? Well, I think if we really want to do something, we need to set some goals for this month. I know many of you are in, 90-day groups, and you've already set your 90-day goals, and some of you have already had a 90-day group meeting for setting your goals this month in September, which is great. But the thing is if you want to hit a goal, you have to set a goal first. That makes sense. And setting that goal, once you set a goal, you can make a plan. Because then your plan is, well, let's see, you need this amount of credits. If you need that amount of credits to hit that goal, you're going to need this amount of partners to get them in. This amount of partners or this amount of customers. And if you're going to have that, well, then you need to know that you're going to have this amount of meetings. And we can set that goal of how many meetings you're ending up going to have, because if you look at statistically, you're going to hit those goals. So if we want to hit our goals for September, you first have to have some goals. And that's where I think this is the month for everybody to be setting some goals, to be hitting the goals, to be making sure that that you're going to hit those goals, and then upping the bar, upping the activity, and saying, what can you get rid of in your calendar this month? We were talking to Peter earlier on a different group here, and he was talking about, he had just had vacation. He had, this is Black Ambassador Peter Sorensen I'm talking about. Sometimes I just fly off and call him Peter, but he was saying that during his vacation, he was talking with Rhea, and he was out talking with Eep, and they were traveling around doing different things. And if you think about it, many of them say, okay, because their income is about $700-800 a month, and they're actually quitting their jobs and getting started in ZINZINO, because that way they, if you're usually putting in 8 hours a day, they can put in 8 hours a day in ZINZINO, and they can get to be executive their first month and actually have more income than what their regular income is. Now, some of us will think that's kind of crazy. They're doing 8, 10, 12 meetings every day. But think about it. If they're going to end up growing a business, having a residual business, hitting executive, they're hitting diamond within short periods of time. Many of them have hit crown within the first year. Is it worth it? It's just a different mindset of keeping hobby mindset and business mindset. So if we really want to do something in the month of September and have a September to remember, as Art called it, I think we need to set the goals and then to decide how many meetings are you going to do every week. But you can't set that number until you know what the plan is and know how many partners you need and you know what your goal is. So it really is about setting the right goals. Now, because we had some people that did hit some of those bonuses, I thought maybe we would pull somebody on here. Alex, I think almost everybody on here saw on our team page. Alex, you hit some goals, and it had been kind of a slower period of time for you. You hadn't been hitting things, but you hit you hit a whole bunch of those bonuses. Right, Alex?
Yeah. It's something we should all take advantage of for sure. And if you're at the event, just like I spoke, I feel like they're just giving us free money. It's like, let's take advantage of it, but yeah, Carla, you really covered it. We got to get out there, have our goals, know what you want out of it, and book the meetings, and like I said before too, I've been guilty of not being on every single call, like the Zoom calls or the phone calls, but we know what to do. Some of us have been in quite a bit, and it does take some meetings, take some booking and teamwork as well. But that's insane. This company, you're not going to find that anywhere else. So let's just do it. Why not, right? We have till the 31st, give it your all, and maybe they're going to continue that. Who knows? So let's get more people on it, get some bonuses, rank up. I mean, it's a win-win all around besides the money. Your team's growing. That's the big thing right there too. We want to get the word out there, and we want this to grow huge. And that's what I'm excited about. Got some new team members to work with, and hey, I'm shooting for the diamond bonus next time.
I love to hear that. I love to hear when people say, this is what I'm shooting for too. Yeah. Because you've set the goal. And sometimes people are shy to say that, but sometimes when you say it to everybody, it's just going to make that much of a difference. So Alex, actually, you had some months where it hasn't been the biggest growth, and maybe you haven't been as active as you've wanted to be, and you've said that. But actually, when you look at how many bonuses you hit this time, is it okay we say that? You hit the gold bonus, that was $1,000. You hit the executive bonus, that was $2,000, and you hit the platinum bonus of $4,000. All that last week, guys. Now, he was, I know, can you see people are like, whoa. I mean, that is hands down amazing. You really went for it. And like your topic, for those of you who were at the event, Alex's topic was running for campaigns. Well, we hit that on the head. You like campaigns, you like to run for them, and especially money campaigns. But it also is a way to grow the business, and you just made a plan. You said, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And actually, you didn't just hit 6,000 credits because you went over. Yeah. I mean, you said you had the possibility of actually hitting diamond. If we would have had a few more days, you might have done that. But this month will be the month. That's okay. And you want to, because all those bonuses are paid out over months. But that way, you get more incentive to hit those titles this month again, and maybe get the next one.
Oh yeah.
That's a lot of money in the pocket. And honestly, guys, because it's a relaunching, restarting, getting going for this time, we'll never see stuff like this. We'll never see that they're coming with 200% at the same time as putting all this stuff. That's why I said, hands down, September can be everybody's month. So yeah, I mean, going from silver to diamond in a month is going to be the story. Really hitting every title and really smashing through everything, and diamond this month. And I'm not in doubt. One of the things I think is the important thing is if we would have had more time last month, you would have done it. So I think the most important thing, I think that you have also said more than once, is starting from the beginning of the month, knowing your goal and doing the activity.
Yeah, that's so important to start at the beginning. Because we have a lot of activity at the end of the month. If just imagine if we worked that at the beginning of the month, or even every day, we would do so much together. So just have that urgency. I like to, like I tell Angelo and Carla often, that for me, it doesn't matter if I have 7 days or 7 minutes. It's what you do within that amount of time. Mm-hmm. So that's why I said one of the things I said at the event. Don't compare each other as a chapter 7. Everybody's chapter 7 is different, but it is about what you do with the time that we have.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yep. And it's really, let's get started from the beginning of the month. Let's get the action going now. So right now, Art did a great thing, because to me, if you're going to set a goal, you want to know your why. And his way of doing it was fantastic. If you didn't finish those 25 things, he started out, he said, make number 1 on a piece of paper. I want, finish that sentence. Number 2, I want, finish that sentence. Number 3, I want, finish that sentence. And go through all 25. And then start asking yourself, why do I want that? Why do I want that? Keep going in depth. And when you find those whys, it gets easier to pick up the phone, easier. Actually, nothing can stop you. I mean, the only thing that stops us is up here anyway. So if you really want to get that moving, know your why, so you can set those goals, so you can make those plans, so you can get those meetings in, and you got to book the meetings to get there. That's it. That's all we know. Like Alex said, everybody knows what you need to do. And if you're having any hurdles, well, you ask upline. But Angie, it's been, this was a good month for you in the same way, because Alex was running too, and you got running, you were putting in customers, and you had the 200% too. That made a difference for you too.
It sure did. And I'll say, you know, just like Alex, I was there was a few months that I've not been on, and, you know, life gets in the way of things, you know, baby coming and different things. But, you know, when I got to the event, I just, you know, after being there, you feel a difference, you feel a change. And it was like exciting relaunch of the US. And then with the campaigns coming, I was like, wow, it just kind of, like a lot of people, very shocking. And I knew Alex really wanted to run, and I just said, okay, let's make the most out of the time that we have left in the month. And there are other people who wanted to do things too, and I was just focused on, okay, what can I do yet? And, you know, setting a goal and saying, you know, I'm gonna do activity, you know, every day. And the other thing is, I've been doing a lot of reading, a lot of personal development, and I've just said, you know, each book that I read, I'm going to implement something into my life. And that's really been beneficial too, because it keeps my mindset a lot better, keeps me a lot more positive. And when I get to hurdles, it doesn't seem to affect me so much. So that's good. But
let's just, so that people know, because it had been a few months since you hit that diamond title.
A few months.
Yeah, it had been a little while.
Yeah, it's been more than a few months.
But this month,
I'd been on a quite long vacation.
But you know, I think that's a great story to tell, because a lot of people have been in ZINZINO for a while. You know, we can't change the past, and we shouldn't dwell in the past. The past is the past. Let's leave the past behind, and let's say we start from here. Let's talk about where ZINZINO is going. And I think that's what made the difference for this event, is we got a very clear picture of where ZINZINO's going. Extremely clear picture. So we can leave that past behind, some of you have been in for the 5 years that it's been open, and saying, okay, we're not where we want to be yet. Well, that's where we all got like the reset button and said, okay, we see where it's going, so now we can start to move forward. And I believe that this month we're gonna definitely have a lot of new titles. We're gonna have a lot of people hitting that gold, a lot of people hitting executive, people hitting platinum, people hitting diamond. We're going to have people re-hitting diamond that have been diamond before, or maybe we're just getting there. We're going to have brand new people that are we're getting new diamonds this month. There's going to be a lot of things going on. I think we'll have a director. We might even have a crown. I mean, there's a lot going on in this time, and there's a lot of money to be made. And I don't think we'll ever see bonuses like this again in ZINZINO USA's history. I don't see how it's right now to get the push and get really going. That's what we really need. So I don't know, if you kind of think of getting on a bicycle. Have you ever got on a bicycle, and if you're trying to bike really slow, just hard to do. But getting some momentum, once you get momentum, I mean, that's what Rhea is saying all the time. She's built a huge business. She said it's so much easier to build fast than it is to build slow. ZINZINO just gave us the tools to be building fast. That's what ZINZINO just did. So congratulations. There's other people who also have been hitting some goals. It was just a few days there. Alex, I think you even took a vacation day, if I remember. It's like you had a few. It's like, okay, this is the perfect time to be taking them. Didn't you do that? Yeah, he's nodding there. Yeah?
I took work off one day after that event, just to book meetings, buckle down, take advantage of it. It's something I set my mind to. And I know if you set your mind to it and actually have a goal in mind, you'll get there. So that's what I had to do. I knew I had to do it, and I took work off to do it, and it's paid off.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But I think that's kind of the thing that I want people to understand. Anybody that's on here, don't think that a goal is too big. I mean, if you are brand new today, this month, you could definitely be gold or executive, for sure. It's all about the amount of meetings. I think that's the number one thing people have to realize, is that it's about booking those meetings. And if you are wondering about booking, this week we just did a video on how to book meetings. So you want to take a look at that. It's put on the ZINZINO Team USA page, and everybody can see it right there. It was the recording of that. So that's about setting goals, making sure. And the last thing I would say about it is make your goals known. Don't keep them to yourself. Say, hey, my goal in September. Tell your upline, tell your sponsor, tell your upline diamond. Make sure somebody knows what your goals are, so that we can make sure you have a plan that fits. Because some people might say, okay, I got started today, I'm going to do 2 meetings a week, and I'd like to be gold this month. I'm sorry, that's not going to do it, you know? And it is about, you know, giving that extra push, deciding, are you going to do what it's going to take to really get a good getting off the ground and doing that? And anything is possible. And in this month, put aside the dates that are upcoming. This week, we're going to be up in Aiken on the 4th at a business presentation. Jeff, that's going to be at, let me see, yeah.
At the library in Aiken.
That's right, at the library in Aiken. So that's a place to bring people. If you're within that area, grab a guest, bring them. This is a perfect place for them to see some of the other people, and that ZINZINO's going in everywhere. It's going a lot of places, but it's going up, and they can get the energy of the people in the group, because people are excited right now. And on the 10th of September, we're going to be at the Cambria in Maple Grove. So that's a great place to also bring people. Yes, Mary?
Also on the 9th, Jody, I hope you don't mind if I share this. On the 9th, I'm doing a home plan in Zimmerman at Jody's house, and inviting, you know, people, anybody in that area, get them there. I'm going to talk to people. So, hey, I don't care whose group you're in, but just get, what?
I want to see Jody's face.
Yeah.
Just keep in mind, it's small.
It's okay. We can pack people in tight. Don't worry about that.
That makes
But that's why I get that up. Anybody in that area, Elk River, Zimmerman area, you know, whatever, come on out.
Great way to do it. So, and then, of course, we'll be working towards Dr. Paul Clayton on the 28th. Make sure you have that in the calendar and start inviting. And that's a perfect place to be bringing all the health professionals, you know, too, because sometimes they have questions or they want to know more. I would say, you know, don't try to convince people that, you know, now we have to know this, but people are interested, give them the information. All about Dr. Paul, and you can see those flyers are also in that email, and we'll have more things coming up here, more emails that are going to give more about the bonuses and be more in detail about that. September is going to be ZINZINO'S absolute, hands down, best month ever that it's ever had. And it's going to be flying. I mean, if we did 47%, 55, and that was last week, that's before the end of the month. So I don't even know where it ended the month at. I haven't heard that yet. I was kind of thinking, oh, I should have talked to Hilda about it. But we'll probably hear it soon about the growth of that month. This is crazy times. And this month is usually outreaching the July and August. So if you really want to make a difference, start booking, start saying, this is what I want to do. Tell your upline, say it aloud, say it on here what you want to be this month. Make that plan and then start saying, okay, if I want to be gold. Well, let's say you started today. Well, gold is 1,500 credits. So if you want to be gold and you started today and you have 0 credits, you need 1,500. Well, let's start putting in some customers and some partners and make sure we end up having 10 points at the end of the month. Having 10 points, whether it's, every customer is a point, and our partner kits are 1, 2, or 3 points, but we want to sign people up with ultimate kits. It's the best kit for them anyway, but that's how you're going to get your 10 points. And it'll end up being with retroactive. So even if you get all your 10 points on the last day, it'll work. And every ultimate kit, once you hit the 200%, is going to be counted for 450 of those credits. So you need to put in some customers, and then you need to put in 3 partners, and you're probably right at that 1,500 mark. Is that possible? Yes, that's possible for everybody on this call. Now, some of you have banking, you're going to need less, but find out what's your goal? What do you need? How close are you to the next title? How much money would that be? Maybe you don't have to if you're going to put in, like I would say, if you're really working this business, put in 10, 15 hours every week. That's what most people are putting in on their TVs. Just think if you put that in and you were doing 10 meetings in ZINZINO, you would be getting partners every week. And that way, if you were doing that, well, what would it take to hit executive? You can backtrack that. Look and see, how many credits do I need? Well, how many partners does that end up to be? Well, what is the ratio of partners that you're putting in? Some people say 3 to 1, some people say 4 to 1, some people say 5 to 1. If you need 5 partners and you close every 4th, or you think so, well, book 20 meetings. Sit down and book, watch that video. We just talked about booking for almost an hour on the other day. Let's get in and talk about getting in the amount of meetings. I'm telling you, September is the month where people are also looking. I think when people are finally getting their kids off and they're sitting down saying, now's the time. So we just need to get out there and start talking to more people and putting more people into that pipeline. Okay, open for comments or questions or joining in here.
Are we still having the 90-day thing at 8 o'clock tomorrow?
Let's see, that would be Arlo's group. Yes,
Yeah.
Arlo's group is meeting at 8 o'clock tomorrow on Monday, yes.
And then at 8:30, are we doing training?
That is Arlo's group that does that. That's just Arlo's group. Mm-hmm.
Okay.
And then Art does corporate training every Monday on the call. We just finished the corporate call, so make sure everybody has those in the calendar. Corporate call is on Sundays at 9 o'clock, every Sunday, every time, on the exact same number. And the training call, the team huddle call, is on Mondays at 9 o'clock. And some people say, oh, I forgot about it. Well, we all have one of these. Pop it in as a recurring thing on here so that you're reminding yourself each time. Ding, 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 set your alarm for weekly so that it goes off so that you can get on that call. Because Art comes with, this is a guy who knows his stuff, and what he comes with is amazing. And every week we're going to have something else about a team connection here. We might have a certain topic to talk about or something that's happening right now, or just to say, hey, do people have questions right now? Some people are asking different questions. We'll be answering them on this. This is where you can ask questions openly. And to be honest, if you have the question, probably other people do too. Any other comments or questions? Jeff?
Yeah, I was just thinking, what Art always talks about is getting closer to the fire, because where the campfire is, that's where the action is. That's where people are huddling up, and that's where things are going on. If you're in the back of the 30, 40 feet away, you're not in with where the heat's starting to happen. So there is a lot of money on the table, ladies and gentlemen. It's insane. Congratulations to Alex. I just added it up. If gold, executive, platinum, that's $6,000. I don't know. $6,000 sounds pretty nice. 7? Okay.
I got it.
Well, 6.
I was added up to.
But it is crazy. I was as you were talking, Carla, I was just talking. Well, you know, if a person hit gold, which is 1,000, A team, which is 500, pro team, which is 2,500, executive, which is 2,000, and platinum by the end of the month or end of the year, I mean, it's like $11,000. Ah, what are we doing? Do the math, ladies and gentlemen. It's crazy. That's not the residual and all your other bonuses.
And he's going to hit diamond this month. I mean, we all can do that. How many people can use $10,000 for Christmas?
Yeah, well, then you hit diamond by the end of the month. That just bumps it from 11,000 up to about 19,000. It's insane.
I mean, you're
really.
It is like you said.
If you got banking, yeah. And a lot of people do. Not everybody, but yeah. I mean, it's if you ain't running for it, boy, you're gonna leave a lot of money at the table. Don't wait till November and December to start cashing in. Start going for it now.
And think about it. Alex did all of that in like 1 week. In 1 week. So I mean that, and like Alex says, if you just put your mind to it. I mean, he took the first day, he took that off work, so got his mind together, set up all the meetings, call, and took off running. And I know even to that last minute of the last day, he was having meetings, you know, one after the other. And that's all we need to do. It's getting more people into that pipeline and then helping the people in the pipeline. And hands down, this is a lot of money. And if you're having any issues, if there's something holding you back, I mean, this is my question. What holds you back? What holds you back? Yeah, people are doing this. Well, find out what it is and talk to your upline. Because if you have anything holding you back, I guarantee you, number one, 90% of it is your why is not in place. Hands down, that's it. Your why isn't there. Because if it was there, there would be nothing keeping you from running right now. Because this is the time to get all that money. This is the time to do it. So get your why in place and then start, get asking upline. Get some coachings in there. Find out what's going wrong. If your car wasn't working, wouldn't you bring it to somebody and say, hey, I need to know what's going on? If they didn't figure it out for a month, don't you think you would have went somewhere else a long time ago? You find out why you're not moving. Get the answers to get moving. It's the same thing with yourself. Answer the questions. Why aren't you moving? Or what's holding you back? And let's get that out of the way so we can move forward. And I'm telling you, a lot of us have been through a lot of ups and downs, and we've been through things to say, okay, now I know what's going to get things moving. And let's start at the beginning of the month. Yes, Marcy.
I just want to say I've been reading Randy Gage's new book. And what does it start with? It starts with, get out of your own way. I mean, and I mean, he says it, I don't have it. I have it in the other where I was reading, so I don't have it right here, but seriously, if you have that book, like me, I had it for 3 months before I decided to open it. I'm guilty, but whatever. And I am I sat down and I read for over an hour today. So it's yeah, have I got it figured out? No, but it's definitely something that is big. Get out of your own way.
I love it. Get out of your own way. I think that's what I'll call this. Get out of your own way. Get out of your own way.
Exactly. I was going to comment on that. A lot of times Marcy and I seem to be always on the same track, and she beat me to it. But I was just going to say, people, invest in yourself. If it's just 10 minutes a day, I don't care. Invest in yourself. Take 10 minutes to yourself and read. I'm reading the same book, Marcy, and it's hard to put it down. I'll be honest with you. It's really hard to put that book down. But invest in yourself and read. I mean, I can remember Angela has said, she's putting something to use in every book she reads. I remember Jeff and Donna telling me that when they really applied themselves and started reading and investing in themselves, things happened. I've heard that from all of the great leaders. So Alex, I know you read. It's just like everybody, invest in yourself, read, take some time out for you and read, and that things are going to fall into place for you.
Mm-hmm. And I think too, even 10 minutes is going to make a difference. But if this is going to be a month you want to run in, listen to what Orion and Hilda have recommended. 30 minutes a day is a minimum. And some people go, well, I try to put it all in one time. No. There's something about, as Art says, habits and systems. That's why we're doing 90 days to get into the habit. It takes 90 days to create a habit. So let's create some habits. And there's a difference of putting in reading or listening. You're activating different places in the brain. So try to do both. You know, you can put it in your car and have your Go Core plan, but make some time to do some reading, because we want people to be able to duplicate what we're doing. This is going to be a month that people are going to talk about. 5 years down the road, when the U.S. hits the #1 position of all the countries, which we're going to be before that, but there's going to be so much going on. People are going to talk about this event, how legendary it was, and how they got going right away. Getting started at the beginning of the month is one of the most important things you can do, but you need to know where you're going, have a plan for it, know exactly how many meetings you're going to need each week, and keep accountable to somebody to do them. And keep moving forward even when it gets tough. And if you're the one holding you back, figure out what's in the way and find something that's going to kick you in the behind. You might need somebody else to do it, or an upline to do it, but that's how we go. Okay? Comments? Questions? There, good, Jody. You've got yours too. That's the same one I'm reading. Awesome. Well, let's start hitting goals, guys. In this team right now, I think we can just own the entire US if we really want to when we are going to take off. Let's get titles going in the team this time. It's rank up, bank up month for this team. Work at getting to your next title. Tell an upline about it. Post it if you want to underneath this. And if you want to say, this is the title I'm going for this month, make it public so that you're really going to run for it. I think it's great. Alex said it out loud. He's going to be diamond this month. And I don't think he's going to use the whole month to do it.
Hey, Alex, just saying, if you go to director this month, you automatically make the trip. Just saying.
All right, I'm going to go to director. Yeah. No, it's, I love this call. You're full of energy, Carla. I just love it. It's like, I want to say too, like, it took meetings to get there, but I was telling Angela that I absolutely hate booking meetings, but I love having the meetings, but so you got to do what you kind of hate, but it's going to get you the better results, right? So I do hate booking meetings, but I love having the meetings.
Yeah, I've heard people say too to me, well, now you've been in a long time, it makes it a lot easier. Actually, I don't think it's ever easier. And it's not something I think is easy because I still worry about what people think. I'm just that way, but it does do something when I know where ZINZINO'S going. And it's okay if they don't think so, or they're going to talk funny about it, because we're going to be there. And it's gonna be a household name. 5 years from now, nobody's gonna be taking any supplements without taking a test first. Or 10 years down the road, it's gonna get there. We're getting there, guys. And we've got a lot to do, and we got a lot of people, and we're gonna be saving a lot of people's lives out there in a lot of ways and helping people get healthy. And so many people are looking for possibilities out there. So let's get out there and just share it. We're gonna find the people who are looking, right? More people in the pipeline, right, Alex? That's what you're doing. Following up, keep following up. And if you have any hurdles in any way, ask an upline. We're too excited about it. You can hear everybody's all excited. We know where we're going. A lot of people have made goals. Okay. Well, we went a little over our half hour this time, but it's too important. Such an important call. This is the month it's going to happen, guys. So hit your next rank. Hit the rank that you haven't been for a while. Start getting paid out some of that cash. We'd be crazy not to. Okay? Thumbs up. Oh, I'm going to unmute everybody so we can hear everybody. Okay? Let's do this, Team USA!
Thank you.
Rank up, rank up, rank up.
Rank up, rank up. Here we go. Bye, guys.